effectively, staffing has been an industry globally, and in India was never a focused activity. And that's really when, in 2002, when we were exiting our earlier entrepreneurial venture, we were exploring new avenues and new businesses, and staffing seemed as good an idea and a concept to sell in India because it was a highly unregulated, informal market with no focused player and industry. And we believed that we could become that player and we could create that industry and kind of pioneer the concept of staffing into India. And I think, given our historical track record of the earlier entrepreneurial venture we were exiting, we kind of hit the ground running with customers who wanted staffing with a reliable partner, ensuring compliance, ensuring service delivery, and addressing the needs of the employer, the candidate, and the associate. And I think that's really the origins of TeamLease as we see it today.
I think both of us will say that it came from the customers of our earlier venture. Right, when we had India Life, we were a B2B company. We were doing one particular part of HR outsourcing there. And when we sold India Life to Hewitt, and then which later became Aon, a number of customers started telling us that their pain point was staffing. And at that point, we did the research. So I think in the case of TeamLease's primary idea, we would probably have to give credit to our customers more than take it ourselves.
When we got into staffing, we said we're really going to be providing people and we're going to kind of be leasing them to the organizations. So the communication of our activities seemed to best come out through calling ourselves TeamLease. And that's really how the name came about. And a lighter story on the logo was we weren't sure how to go about it. We called some college kids and we said, can you doodle around for a logo? And the logo that they came up with seemed to represent people sitting around the table and people working together. And that seemed like a good logo to go with as imagery of what we would be doing into the future. And that's really the background to the name and to the logo of TeamLease.
It best represents what we wanted to do, right? I mean, I think, Occam's razor is a philosophical concept about the simplest cut. And this is the simplest way to build a brand would be to have your brand explain what you do without having to explain it. And I think when even people who read the word TeamLease sort of figure out that we're leasing teams. Very quickly, we realized that unemployment was not as big a problem as unemployability. More kids were coming to us for jobs than we had jobs. And obviously, the other big thing that became clear was that unemployability is not as well understood in the world of education. And suddenly something, I think, in our mind clicked. I must say we were fertile soil. Both our parents, Ashok and mine, have worked in public policy. So we realized early in life that we don't live in an economy, we live in a society. But I think something clicked in the early years. We realized that we can be more than a company. We said we wanted, when we sold our first company, India Life, we said we wanted our next company to be three things. We wanted it to be fun, profitable, and good for India. Now, I had worked for an oil refinery before going to business school. That was profitable and good for India. It wasn't really fun. Ashok's, family and some cousins have had a cola franchise. Now that's fun and profitable. It isn't really good for India. At least my dentist doesn't think so, and I agree. I think in TeamLease, we found something that was unique. It was fun, profitable, and good for India because, a job changes in a life in ways that no subsidy ever can. And obviously, in education, lets you get a better job than anything else can. So combining education, employment, and employability, the three E's, really somewhere in our mind it clicked that this can be a very successful company, but it can be a very impactful company too.